Does Instagram know your dad? Does Facebook know that you own a 35mm Canon? I don't know. Advertising is super targeted nowadays, and we're all scrolling, right? So we all see the same ads for the most part, if you have the same interests as other people. We are all car people, that's why you clicked on this, and we all get the same ads for the same stuff, if you really think about it. Maybe from time to time it's different. But on Amazon, you have what I would call the Amazon appearance package. So all this rambling is just a long way for me to say that over the years, I've had multiple cars that I've bought a lot of stuff online from, or for, I should say. I'm not proud of it. For your own sake, I am going to go through all of the products over the years, and I'm going to rate them on a tier list. I know tier lists are kind of probably overdone, but to be honest, I don't remember the prices for these. So I'm gonna be guessing, and if I am within $5 of each item on the low end at the end of the video, then I have to tweet out of context the top comment on the video. Or if you guys come up with something more creative as a punishment and I'm willing to do it, then I will do that. So comment below whatever it is you guys want me to say. So don't screw me over. Let's start. Let's just go in order. Okay, that's easy enough with Android Auto. So an Android Auto adapter is super nice because if you have a car or a head unit that has the capability to do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you might kind of have a annoying habit of getting in the car and plugging it in and then going, whereas if it's wireless, you just hop in the car and you turn your car on and you're set. The one I got doesn't work all the time. It's pretty hit or miss, but I convinced my dad and my best friend, and I think that's it. But they got all different ones and theirs work, so I'm going to throw this on A tier because it would be S if it worked all the time, but it's not that reliable. You have to get the right one. I think the ones that work all the time are the Motorola. Android Auto adapters are usually anywhere from 30 maybe to like 160. You can spend a lot of money. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this, but it's mandatory. Like everyday road trips, it's great until it's not and it doesn't work, which is why it's A tier. You just have to buy the right one. Don't get the one I got. I can't even find it for sale now. So just look at reviews. Okay, so the next one, this is an air filter for your car. Not cabin air filter, it's a intake filter, whatever it's called. I'm gonna put this in B tier. Frankly, it does do something. This green filter, so some of this is for a Focus ST, some of this is for an Impala, some of this is universal. Either way, most of these you'll be able to find some version of it for your car. Air filter, so the air filter is cool. It makes a cool sound. It goes like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh when you rev because it's got a hole in it. Other than that, I mean, and maybe it does something else, but really, you're buying it so you can hear your intake. So B tier. Air filters you can get for probably $20, maybe lower, all the way up to like $6. I mean, usually the high end is like around $100 for most of these if you were to actually spend nice money. But I would have to assume, I don't know, I think this one was about $60 because it's got a hole in it. It sounds cool. This next one, it looks kind of funny, but it's just carbon fiber accent 3M double tape. I do have some of this because I didn't get the ST3. If you know anything about a Focus, there's 3 trims and the ST3 has the most stuff. Carbon trim, if it's real carbon, then it should be like A tier probably. But fake carbon is B tier at best, C tier probably. And then if you bought like absolute terrible garbage, then it belongs in the garbage tier. Then now I like to think that I did it tastefully because I drive it every day and I just, sometimes you don't want to drive like a maniac. So you just want to remember that you have a fast car. Or a fast-ish car. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but the carbon's nice for that. And I'm a visual dude. I like things to look cool. I'm gonna put it in C just because I feel like that's what the people would say. For the people, by the people. I'm gonna go really patriotic on your ass. Obviously, prices vary because you might just buy like a little sticker thing. The e-brake one itself was probably $15, which is, first of all, if that's true, that's too much. I can't remember, but that's why we're guessing. If you don't understand what a clutch spring does, essentially, when you drive with 3 pedals, the third pedal, the clutch, has a spring in it, and that will be kind of what sets the tension that you feel on your left foot or your left leg. In my car, the Focus ST, it was almost like a double spring where you'd press it and it would push back like that or something. It really kind of annoyed me, so I just got some, I think Stadia, I can never remember, clutch spring, and I just installed it. I will say it's kind of a pain in the butt to install it, but it was worth it. It just took probably half an hour because you got to push some stuff together and make it like snap out. Clutch springs are a lot of work, yes, but it's worth it. This one, what was the price on this? $40? $45. Definitely A tier. If it was easy, I would say S, but because installation kind of sucks. By the way, the air filter installation's like not that bad. So the spring only gets A. So sorry, California Pony Parts or wherever the hell I got it from. Next up, this one is very cool. Okay, you guys can do this too. I did this a while ago. It doesn't take very much. It's super custom, and as long as you find the right person to work with, it's wonderful. And it probably isn't even that expensive from what I remember. This one, we're not gonna count on the whole tally thing because there's no shot it's custom. I cannot remember what I paid. It was less than 100 though, I'm pretty sure. Ignore the fact that it's sideways, but this was a custom emblem 3D laser cut for my Impala because it had nitrous, which by the way is not on this list. Nitrous. Oh shit. I almost just, oh no. This almost ate my monitor. It was about to, you're sitting on my monitor right now. Nitrous. It's worth it. Nitrous, that's a mod. It's worth it. I bought it on Amazon. $300 though, and it was for a car that really didn't need it and probably would have broke it if I went over a 10 shot. 10, I think it's called a shot. 10 shot? I don't remember. Anyways, emblem. It's not C tier. It's definitely while the car didn't need it because it was kind of a lame car, I'm still gonna put it in S tier because it's custom and it's cool. Like what do you have wrong with that? There's nothing. It's 3D laser cut. We're not doing the price on that one. So this next one here is a cherry bomb. Now, if you know what that is, basically it changes how your exhaust sounds. You can install it, you can weld it. It made a cool sound. So what I did with the Impala, very popular video. I'm really trying to get away from the old Impala stuff. And all that I did was I cut out the resonator and the muffler and I put the cherry bomb in place of the resonator. And it sounded nice, but I unfortunately have bad news. My brother got that car and it fell off, right? Actually where that was welded at. It fell off on his way home from work. I think it's cool. If you have an old beater car, go ahead, hell, do whatever you want. Just go to Muffler Man, have them welded. Go to a local place, don't go to Muffler Man. I don't know, go somewhere. Go somewhere where they won't rip you off. Anyways, it's probably, I'm gonna put it in B tier with the other performance stuff. Lots of views on YouTube, so. Oh, price on that, by the way. I'm definitely gonna have to do whatever punishment. $140 because you gotta pay someone to weld it. I can't weld, so that's my guess. Android Auto head unit. Not Android Auto head unit, just Android head unit. So this one I've also gotten a lot of questions about online because people see it and they're like, I want it. First of all, I sold it. Second of all, I don't really, it was a long time ago. It looks stock in OEM, so that's cool. You can get any number of these for any car almost, basically. Anything out there, someone has made an Android thing for you. Fairly easy. The only annoying part about these is you have to tuck all the wires in, and it sucks because it's just, I don't know, sometimes there's a GPS puck, sometimes there's some other stuff too. Generally, only buy one if you need it. If you're like me and you have a car from 2015 and up and it's got a unit that can do Android Auto by itself, don't waste your money or time. But if you don't and you want that Android Auto or the Apple CarPlay, then get yourself one of these. Like I said, they make them for almost any car, and we're just gonna throw this in. It's better than fake carbon, so it's B tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in A because, like I said, if you don't have a car with the modern stuff, then this is great. This does exactly what you want it to do, I would hope. Oh yeah, price on that I think was like $300, $350, around there, because it was a nice one at the time. but you can get cheaper with more modern features. It's just how stock and OEM does it look. Next up is lights and LEDs and everything here. So these are definitely like C tier because they're just cheap. I mean, I did these in my car. I used like super glue, I think, or like double-sided 3M tape, and essentially I just zip tied it to part of like the lower seat. It's got to go in C tier. I don't see it going above that. Most new cars don't necessarily need this. In most old cars, your money's better spent somewhere else. I think these are like 15, 20 bucks. I wouldn't do it again. All right, window louvers. If you have a muscle car or a sports car or a car that wants to be a sports car, someone makes these for you. And I will be the first to admit, I just bought these. I know the price, so this won't count. It was $29. I think they're worth it if you're gonna do more exterior things. I just kind of like how they look. I don't have tinted windows, so it's kind of cool because you can look through the car and you can see the pattern on the inside window. For my Focus ST, I'll show you a picture and you can make up your mind. For $15 a window, it's kind of like, might as well try because they're just stick-on, and see if I like them. I didn't get the carbon. I'd recommend getting like the gloss black because if you tint your windows, or if your windows already have like that piano black side piece, it kind of goes with it. And you could also get ones with more like louver pattern things. So that's an option as well. I'm just gonna throw it in B because it was easy, like the air filter, and it doesn't really do much other than aesthetics. You know, air filter, it sounds cool. Louver window thing, it looks cool. And another admission of guilt. I am guilty of purchasing more plastic stick-on car stuff. I'm gonna put it in B. All the same, everything I said about the last one applies to this one. My only disclaimer for myself is that just be tasteful. Just don't go overboard. Don't be this guy. I'll show you a picture right here. This guy. Don't be that. But as long as you're under that, I don't care. It's up to you. I mean, look at my Impala. It was a Impala. What's that about? I did that stuff anyways. And I thought it looked tasteful or cool or whatever. And if I had the money, I would like to revisit the Impala platform, the W-body platform in general, to be honest. There's a really cool guy called Roma Ron on Instagram. He has a Grand Prix. Watching too much Formula. But he has one of those, and he's like lowered it, and he's been doing all this cinematic stuff. So go follow him, because people like him are the ones that keep my old Impala on my mind. So eventually we could do something really cool. This is all a long-winded way of saying, if you think it looks cool, that's perfect. Just don't go overkill. Anyways, price on those, that's like $20, I think. Oh, those don't count though. I just bought those. I can't make up rules like that. Mud flaps. I would not install them. I have them, but that's because the previous owner of the car did them, and they were exactly these, the blue rain rally, mud rally, whatever it is. You hit something and those metal brackets will bend. They came with the car, and I wouldn't do it again. I don't know. There's also like kind of a rust spot forming, and I wonder if it's from all like the mud, the dirt, the ice, the salt, all kicking up in that same spot. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Say hi. Hey. Okay. All right. You gonna get down? All right. Anyways, I believe these are about $60. You can do them, and they can be nice. But if you don't need them, like if there's not an express reason you need them, or if you're not the rally guy, then I wouldn't do them. I don't know. They kind of rub me the wrong way. I think, like I said, they're the reason there's like a rust spot on my car, and that doesn't make me happy, but it was the first owner, so oh well. All right, I have no idea where I was at because my camera recording was just full up. Anyways, yeah, mud flaps, I wouldn't do those. I'm having too much fun with this. I don't know why I am. I think it's because I get to make fun of all the bad decisions I've made. Anyways, this is worth it, and I know when I bought it, the price was $100, and it's gone up by $6. Thanks, Joe Biden. Anyways, definitely worth it. You don't have to buy the performance one from whatever brand your car is from, but it does make a difference. I will say in the Focus, the original shift knob is more comfortable, but it doesn't look as cool. I'm gonna put this in S tier. because a shift knob is a shift knob and you can do anything. I've seen ones with like a pistol grip. Those look cool. So this one, it's the rear end of my first car, well, my second car. This is what I'm calling decals. So some of these, when you go on Amazon, you can find like pre-cut decals for your car. This specific white stripe was made for the Impala after this body style, but I noticed that mine had a similar body line and I thought it looked cool. It doesn't take very much to take that sticker PNG, make it transparent and overlay it on a picture of your car if you want to see what it's going to look like. I did that with wheels and stuff too, and like I said, I'm a visual dude, which is why some of this I'm letting fly, because even though it's cheap, if it's tasteful, it can be cool. This one I think worked really well. I got a tattoo of it. A little embarrassed to say that I did. It's my first tattoo. I'm thinking about covering that now, but we'll get beyond that. The whole idea of having a decal that's custom to your car, I think is really cool if you can do it right. You don't got to be those guys who put the anime girls on the side of your car, okay? You can do something custom and make it look cool without it being absurd. Custom decals for your car, also not that expensive, because as long as it's just material cost. I think this was $100. I really don't remember, because this was a long time ago, but it's iconic in my eyes. So it's going in A tier. By the way, it's really strange. I was like the big Impala guy like 3 years ago. I had a show called Project Impala, and now I see Impalas with the same headlights, same taillights, same. But it's strange. It's strange to like see your old car, but it's not yours, and to see it multiple times in multiple places. I don't know, maybe I didn't have too much of an effect on people, and that's just what was available to buy. But anyways, that's a tangent. I'm tired of Impalas. Lights. Tail lights and headlights. I don't think I have headlights in here, but tail lights are worth it. They are the things that people have gotten, people that I know who have a newer car or just a car, and they're like, what do I want to do? What would look cool? Tail lights. These are my Focus tail lights, the original and the Spider ones or whatever. These are going to go in A tier. I'm going to say S tier, because there's variety, which, like I was saying, you can be tasteful with your mods. So you can really make up your mind. And I encourage people to do this all the time. If you have something in mind, instead of buying mods and pieces and parts of things here and there and slapping it on, take a picture of your car, a nice one, and spend the time overlaying pictures of the other mods on top of your car and make like a dream picture of the car that you want, but be realistic about it. I'll throw up some of the stuff that I used to do, and it worked really well for me. Like, I wasn't embarrassed, let's say, and it didn't look tacky because it all worked together for the most part. So that's my recommendation. Taillights are an S because, yes, they're expensive. Like, mine were, I think, $300, around there. But here's the big thing. They're fairly easy to install. I mean, there's no soldering or anything like that. When you buy taillights and headlights, and that's it. You're not talking about bulbs, but just taillights and headlight housing. They just plug right in. They look super cool right away. And anyone can do it. I have not had to help any friends with taillights, so that's cool. And they're pretty big. They're a pretty big change to your car. All right, and this last one is a little anticlimactic. It's what we would call wing risers for my Focus ST. It's rear wing or spoiler. Essentially sits kind of low, and some people like to add washers and stuff to pop it up. People saw that, so now you can buy pre-cut, adapters or whatever. You don't got to do it manually and go to Home Depot, but you can buy these and you can raise your wing, and it does look cool and it is noticeable, and your wing is higher, so that's nice. It's gonna go in B tier because it was way more work than like the decal. No, that's not true. The decal was a decent amount of work. I didn't really talk about that, but these are going to have to go in the B tier. I think we'll have to call it there. Okay, is it good? Is it a good tier list? Have you bought any of these in the past? Are you going to buy some of these now? I don't do Amazon affiliate links. I'm not going to scam you or any of that. As for my score to figure out if I have to do the punishment of your guys' choosing, I'll only know after the edit. So here's my score. It's not a score. Did I win? Did I lose? Was I $5 off on average? Or was I more than? I definitely was. So here's my big failure text. It says failure right here. And yeah, comment something I should do that would be slightly embarrassing, and I will follow through with the most likes. Anyways, guys, that's gonna have to be it from me. Mondays, Tuesdays are gonna be crazy, weird, random video days from Ron Mraz. But yeah, Monday and Tuesday are gonna be just random videos. This is my first. No one watches the highlights. Very sad, but I'm not gonna spend like 2 hours editing something that will get no views at all. The new show is popular this week. Look at this graph. Tune in on Thursday. I'll see you next week.